Hello, you guys. It is Crystal Lopez here from crystalandcomp.com, and I'm going to show you what we had for dinner last night. So here is a quick run through so that you can get a quick look, but I'm going to break everything down piece by piece and let you know all the juicy details. So basically, I went out to my freezer and I said, what do I need to use up before it goes bad and what has been out here for a while. So I found the Costco cheese raviolis that are in the shape of the St. Patrick's Day shamrocks. And I thought, okay, we've got that. And I have some mozzarella cheese that was frozen. I have some leftover spaghetti sauce from the night before. I have some frozen tortellinis. And I had some frozen Alfredo sauce that was homemade that I needed to use up. So, and I had these rolls. I bought them in a big bag. So I thought, you know what? Let's make this for dinner. So I took the Rhodes rolls that are frozen and I put them one by one in a muffin tin pan and let them defrost and rise, which it's already super hot here in Texas. What is going on? And I just let them sit on the counter with a towel over them and I let them rise for a little bit and put the rest of those biscuits or rolls back in the freezer. Then, so I let those, it took a couple of hours, like they were sitting on the counter covered for maybe 3 or 4 hours. Okay. Now I'm going to take, it's dinner time. It's time to get dinner ready. I'm going to take some of that leftover spaghetti sauce that I made the night before using ground turkey. There's a video for that if you want to go watch it. Packed full of veggies. It's so good. I'm going to take a little bit of that and put it on the bottom of this is not a 9 by 13. It's more of like a 8 by 11 probably. We're going to put it on the bottom so that our raviolis do not stick. And then we're going to take those shamrock raviolis and put them in the pan. I just want you to see how busy, like the kitchen is the hangout place. Let me just tell you. Everybody's doing something. They've all got something going on. They're loitering, they're talking, they're telling stories, they're being funny. It is the hangout place for teenagers and little kids, for everybody. All right, so we're going to throw those shamrock raviolis into the pan, and then we're going to take the majority of the rest of that spaghetti sauce and pour it over top. Very delicious, very yummy. Get it spread out completely. And then we're going to top it with some of the mozzarella cheese that had been in the freezer. It's not completely defrosted, but there was enough defrosted that I could pull out some cheese to top this with. And then in about a 350-degree oven, I put this in for about 20 to 30 minutes. I mean, really, you just want it to heat all the way through until the cheese is bubbly. And you just want to make sure that your shamrock raviolis are no longer frozen and you're just reheating everything because everything's really already been cooked, right? Okay, so this was a great way to use up the rest of that spaghetti sauce. Now, that's not going to be enough to feed everybody. So I have got to cook something else. And I had this homemade chicken Alfredo that I made, I don't know, back in probably December. It was so good. I let it sit out and thaw for a little bit, but didn't let it thaw enough. So in hindsight, I could have taken this and thawed it and then heated it up on the stovetop so that it was nice and creamy when I poured over the ravioli or the tortellinis, but I didn't have time for that and it didn't fully defrost or it didn't fully thaw, which is fine. I just kind of chopped it up and spread it around in the pan, and I knew that as it cooked, it would obviously thaw and it would kind of spread out in the pan. So it didn't bring the prettiest end result, but this was really, really delicious. I love cheese raviolis or cheese tortellinis, and I love an Alfredo sauce, and I love my spaghetti sauce. So I thought, you know what? Since the spaghetti sauce is going on the cheese raviolis, let's put this white sauce over the tortellinis. And then I just added a little bit of half and half just so that it could be, I didn't want it to dry out, right? I wasn't sure how much that Alfredo sauce was really going to kind of coat everything, and I wanted to make sure that it was well coated. And then I'm like, oh, well, let's add some more tortellinis. Okay, so then we're going to add a little bit of cracked pepper, and then we're going to add some cheese to the top. And for this, we're going to do the some of this Parmesan. I love this Parmesan I buy that in a big bag from Sam's. And then we're also going to add some mozzarella. And we're going to pop it in the oven as well. And again, everything is cooked. We just have to heat it up completely and let that sauce thaw. Now, in turn, This wasn't the prettiest whenever it was done, but it's okay. It was absolutely delicious. So I needed something green to go with it, so I just pulled some of those or their peas that were in my pantry that I had bought at Sam's a while, not at Sam's, at Walmart a while back, and I just opened up 2 cans, and there you go. We've got a green veggie to go with our dinner. I would love to know, what do you add to your vegetables when you're using canned veggies or maybe frozen veggies? Do you add butter? Do you add salt and pepper? Is there a special seasoning that you add? Maybe you add some bacon. What do you add? I would love to know. All right, so now we're getting ready to do some pineapple. I know this is like totally a hodgepodge of stuff, but it ended up being a great dinner. I needed to cut up this pineapple. It was very ripe and ready to go, and I didn't want to lose it. So I am going to cut this up, and then whatever we don't eat with dinner, we can have with our breakfast or lunches and just store it in a mason jar in the refrigerator. So I am cutting the outside of this all off, and then we'll cut it into rings and then cut the core out. It's kind of, cutting a pineapple is not the most fun thing in the world, but it is so delicious and it's worth it. As you can see, this is getting really ripe. And I don't know if you can see on the tag, it says premium pineapple. These are from H-E-B. H-E-B's got these right now. And they, if you don't know, H-E-B is a Texas grocery store. They are so delicious. Oh my goodness. This would be really good if you were going to make like a homemade, um, like pork chicken fried rice. That would be really good. All right, so we're all done. That's how much pineapple we ended up with. Now these rolls are ready to go in the oven. This is the last thing that I need to heat up. Heated those up, and now dinner is done. So there is the ravioli that's out of the oven. I'm going to show you everything all together. It was absolutely delicious. So we've got the ravioli with the leftover spaghetti sauce, and we've got peas, pineapple, the rolls, and then the delicious tortellini in that leftover Alfredo sauce. Absolutely yummy. Everybody really, really liked it. And then we had enough of each of those pastas left for some lunch the next day. So very, very delicious. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching our videos. We are on a roll. We've got lots of content that you can stick around and binge. Do me a favor, like and subscribe, and take a look at some other things here on the channel. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.